Hey everyone, it is Havohai here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Happy New Year to everyone. I've been out on vacation, just returning, haven't done any videos for 2018. This will be my first video for 2018, and this is going to be a discussion video. Hopefully you guys will discuss and comment below, and let me hear your thoughts, your ideas. This is entitled Dokkan Battle Improvement Ideas. These are my improvement ideas, what I would think would help this game, this great game that I play so much. And if you didn't see my year-end review, I played it and spent some good money on the game as well. So go ahead and check out my year review 2017. But we're talking about 2018 now. We're talking about the improvements and improvement ideas. And I think let's get started here. The number one improvement I really think is just to really bring the community together when it comes to JP and Global. And there's a gap between JP and Global about 5 months. But Global has been, introducing characters and units a lot earlier. For example, let's talk about where the status of JP versus Global is right now. The introduction of Ultra Instinct Goku and STR category lead Ultimate Gohan just came out for New Year's, and it is way early comparable to when JP was introduced with these characters. But as you can see, there's still a lot of units that have not been introduced on to Global, and here's in a sense the majority list. There's some SRs and some other support SSRs that haven't come on Global either, but these are the major cards here, starting with Super Saiyan 3 Broly, which is the last 120 lead. We have a bunch of other category leads with Kefla, Golden Frieza, Angel Golden Frieza, the new Super Vegito, the physical one, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Tapion that just came out. But then we also have LRs, primarily the last 90% leader in LR Trunks, which I think will be coming out pretty soon. And along with that, LR Broly still hasn't come out because we never got Battlefield. And then the +4 and 100% leads that are coming out there, which I think JP will finish up with extreme physical and a super strength type. And then we have some free-to-play ones, which will be introduced when Global hits 1,000 days as well, and that's the 1,000 Wishes Goku there. And then the new OP cards in Vegito Blue and Rose that just came out. Basically, like I said, we're about 5 months in some content, but some other content we are a lot closer. I think especially with the category lead. So hopefully the speeding up of the game will benefit both communities and bring us all together there. So, and also really with that, there needs to be some global exclusives, and it has happened with Goku Black, the physical one, getting the +3 to Ki to extreme types. That was a big surprise. It's really one of the only major units that does have a change comparable to JP versus Global. But then we don't have Dragon Ball Heroes, so that's why we have the Other Worlds banner. So I think that's going to be the substitute there. And I'll tell you what, Global does a really good job in getting legendary banners exclusive to really Global. We had Gohan, which was a ticket summon, but Goku Black as well. So having some global exclusives will definitely help out the time difference and the why JP's ahead, and getting some global exclusives will help out and benefit. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic there. And if you agree with me, disagree with me with the JP and global gap, like I mentioned before, comment below. Let's talk about power scaling. We know this game, if you have, one great team, you could pretty much do all the events. But there are definitely some events that will be a little bit more difficult. But I want you to look at the current situation here, right? The amount of characters that we have that are just crazy OP, and the upcoming characters definitely on Global. There needs to be some help when it comes to power scaling when it comes to the events. So one thing I want to talk about is, yes, we do have Super Battle Road coming out, which is definitely the hardest event that that the game has. You gotta have some OP cards to even complete it. But then you want to look at, Extreme Z Awakening. That's also a nice ladder gameplay on there. So hopefully they can even improve on that with the introduction of that on Global and continuing on to do that on JP. But even more so, the event power scaling, I think they still need they do need to add an additional category, maybe Super 3. Right now we only have Z Hard, which is randomly now, I believe, 1 to 4 medals you can get, and then you can get 7 from the Super or the Super 2. But why not add a Super 3? I think we're at the point in time where we have teams and we have certain units put together that can do a Super 3, and we're able to spend 80 to maybe 100 stamina to complete it. So, and it saves us a little bit less grinding, but I think it will be beneficial. So, I don't know. That's an easy fix and a good idea, I think, with event power scaling. But there's a lot of stuff we can definitely do on events because, being a pay-to-play, pay-to-win, I guess, you get kind of bored when you can just wreck everything. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on the event and the power scaling there. Let's go ahead to the one that would fix so much when it comes to the game, the whole game in itself, and we've all talked about it, and we all probably in agreement, is the friend system. The friend system is awful in Dokkan Battle. The reason why is you get a friend, and it depends on who that friend is using, that you get to use that benefit, that leader skill of them. And then thank goodness for the refresh screen, right? The update screen where you have to then go find a friend or a guest. And half the time I use the guest more and more. So there's a couple things that you can do on this. One is eliminate the 24-hour usage for a friend. So if someone always has a Omega Shenron that no one has anymore, then at least that person's on there and you can use that person over and over and over again instead of having to search for the guest, and refresh all the time. Sometimes you can't even find the unit that you're looking for. Another solution to this is, here's my idea, is why don't we add a friend system with rank benefits. For example, from 100 to when you get to rank 100, or from 0 to 100, or to 200, 199, you get one featured unit that you can use and you can provide as a friend, right? The same thing that we have currently right now. However, when you get to 200, you get 2 that gets to get featured, and so on and so forth, up to 5 units you can feature. So when you hit rank 500, you have, this is a nice rank benefit, when you hit rank 500, you can feature 5 cards of your choosing into your friend system so that people can choose from it. So it might look something like this, and you select your friend and they have 5 choices here, and then when you click on them you can say, okay, great, I want to use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Fizz Tanks, or because I want to get the bonus for Roshi, I want to use a Peppy Girl, right? So this will provide options and will eliminate the issue of just refreshing, and part of the game that's really just annoying in the game, and that could be easily fixed with the brand new friend system. And it basically looks something like this, and you can just add a person's name on the bottom or something like that, put the rank 500 to the side here, and it will look something like this. But you can also add, for example, if it's SA 10 or 99%, of course Rainbow Star, we know it's 100%. But here's a really cool quality of life that they can add to the game that will really help out individuals like myself, who do summon a lot and have a lot of dupes and doesn't even understand if I have 4 paths open and things of that nature, is paths unlocked icons, right? So it would look like with this Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, if all four paths are locked, it will have the lock screen on the left side there. But if all 4 paths are unlocked or even used and blue highlighted, and we already have the icons available in the dupe system, we just need to put that up in front, maybe on the character screen, so that when I look and say, I got another dupe, but can I even use this person? This person's SA10, all 4 paths. Oh man, I can't use them. Or hey, you know what? There's 2 paths open. I can still use them. It'll be a lot easier when it comes to quality of life here. And you know, with the recent addition to, I was asking for this from the start, was you could instead of doing 1 by 1 on orbs on the orb pass, now you can do, you know, all of them really quickly. That's a huge quality of life improvement. This would be also a great quality of life improvement here as well. So along with that, let's continue to talk about rank benefits. Why not a quest reset? We've all talked about it. We're like, man, I just been grinding. I'm a free to play, and I get to a point where I can't do any more quests for Dragon Stones, and now the game sucks, and I'm bored, and because I don't want to spend money on the game. Yeah, I understand that Bandai Namco is trying to say, hey, now you got to spend some stones, or spend some money for some stones, things of that nature. But if you grind enough, let's say you grind to rank 500, wouldn't it be great to have a quest reset because of a rank benefit? 500 is hard to get. I've been playing for a long time, and I don't grind rank because you really don't need it. Especially now with JP, with the additional team costs, because that's really was the reason why you increased rank, was for to create a better team. But let's say you get to rank to 500, why not have a quest reset, or add like Extreme Z difficulty on the quest? You know, think about that, like you know, restarting the game or opening up this extra quest that you can then do and get some more stones on. So simple idea here. Bandai could definitely easily do this. We'll see if they do. So the next one is, I think it'll be very hard or difficult for Dokkan to accomplish. But having a PvP system would be amazing. How great would a PvP system be on Dokkan, and how it would work would be just, you know, a typical battle, right? You can do a random, or you can fight each other. But here would be the kicker. This is what would make the game really fun, because, you know, instead of having OP leader, a mono team, or this that. Eliminate leader skills when you do PvP. It's all passive. So now certain characters that you would typically not use because it didn't fit into a team category because of a leader skill, in a PvP we would do away from all that, right? And have no leader skills. Oh, by the way, I mentioned the reason why the Baba icon is on there, and just make this Baba points, right? Doing PvP for Baba points. And you know, it's not a huge benefit, but Baba points are beneficial to have. So having PvP and Baba point PvPs as a reward would be great. And I'll probably do another video and going a little bit more in depth about the ideas I have for PvP and how it could work and creating a PvP system. But do you guys agree with me? Comment below if you guys want PvP in Dokkan. I think most majority of you guys would. So now let's talk about my favorite thing that in my mind I created. I go, if they did this with Dokkan, this would be amazing, and people would flock to World Tournament even more, and people would be playing World Tournament instead of just this awful grind that we do. It would be amazingly fun, and it would make more sense because it's a World Tournament. So what I mean by World Tournament, it should be very similar to the ladder gameplay for the Extreme Z Awakening. What I mean by ladder gameplay is you're fighting one character, right? And then you level up and it gets harder and harder and harder. So imagine if it was just different characters as you kept on going higher and higher and higher, right? For example, you started off with a neutral kind of character, right? And you went with rare, so you would continue to ramp up and go higher and higher and higher. We already have these units. We typically never see some of these other units that we have. It would be nice to fight some of these. So when you first start out in the game in the World Tournament, you're gonna, you know, maybe have to fight Hercule and SSR Tech, you know, Kid Trunk there, you know, and continue to go up. And as you get more wins, we can still keep the same reward system, but a different gameplay will be fun. For example, then you get harder and harder and harder. As you see here, you Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 3, AGL there, Rage Trunks, Omega Shenron, Rose. You know, it continues to go higher and higher. You can even get to the LRs. But here's where it would totally change World Tournament, and people would flock to it, and people would play more and more. And I think the ladder gameplay would be fun. Is this right here is a 1% chance, or if you want to put even lower, 1% drop rate for the card that you're fighting against, right? So let's say you're fighting against Rage Trunks. You have a 1% chance after you beat him in getting the SSR card. How cool would that be, having the opportunity to do that? Now, there's a lot of issues when it comes to this. I know when it comes to the summoning system, but a 1% chance is not that much. And then also the randomness on who you're gonna fight as the ladder continues to rise, and we totally just make that random. And let's say you're at 100 wins. Maybe at 100 wins you're fighting Rose, and you have a 1% chance of getting Rose at 100 wins, or whatever it is. Wouldn't that be better than getting 100 wins or doing 50 wins and doing that same monotony over and over again? Having this randomness and eliminating in World Tournament the map and having to chase these goofy guys down, the computer down, the AI, I mean. That's the most annoying thing when it comes to World Tournament, and a lot of people don't like it. But if they made it just like Super Battle Road, you log in and you're at 20th win, and you're continuing to go higher and higher and higher and higher, I think it would be so much fun. What do you guys think? Wouldn't that be much better? Is if they did the 1v1? Yeah, we're using our whole entire team. Keep that the same, but we're going against just one character, not multiple ones. And Broly, if you don't have LR Broly, it just becomes, just like I said, monotonous on there. So anyway, that is my World Tournament revamp, and I think that would be so much fun to have this ladder gameplay on World Tournament. Tell me what you guys think. Comment below. So in a sense, those are my ideas for a improvement for Dokkan Battle. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? You guys disagree with me? There's of course a lot. There's no game is perfect, and there's always a lot of improvements you can do. But if they did some of those, I think a lot of fans and a lot of players would be very, very appreciative and be excited and hyped about it, instead of the same old thing. Hey, we got a new unit, we got a new Dokkan event, we got maybe a little bit of storyline. I think we shaked it up a little bit in 2018, and of course JP will get it first, but of course then Global will hopefully refine it. Hopefully that's what they're doing with Battlefield, if we're ever going to get Battlefield. So what are your improvement ideas? If you have additional improvement ideas, love to hear from you below. Once again, new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And as always, thank you for watching my video, and keep on Dokkaning. Let's have a great 2018. Catch you guys later.